Hey everybody, it's Jason Ellis, who's like kind of a comedian now. I'm on the road. TheJasonEllis.com is where you can see all my tour dates and you can buy tickets from the same website. Crazy, right? Chicago, man. Zanies on April 30th. I'm going to be there. Are you in Nashville, Tennessee? Because May 1st, I'm going to be there too. What about Miami? Yeah, May 21st, I'll be there. And then the Morton Theater in I don't know what it is, but it's in Florida. I'm going to be in Ocala May 23rd. If you're in Ocala and I'm saying it wrong, you know what I'm saying. It's in Florida and I'm going to be there. And then Canadians, I'm coming to Canada. So watch out, Edmonton. I'm going to smash.
Wait, I'm going to say this. You don't have to agree. But after this, I think we're friends.
Oh, yeah.
All three of us.
Yeah.
But like, holy fuck, this wasn't the friendship I thought we were going to have.
Totally moving, doing it, grooving. Knock down with that back road. I've got the heart and desire, my balls are on fire, ready to take us to the top. Welcome to the show. Did you know that your mouth is
I didn't want to sing in his ear. I feel like cats have like sensitive hearing, and he was just putting his ear where I was singing. He doesn't seem to really care. Jesus, dude, get a room.
Dude, he got his mouth right up in, like, you know when Aerosmith sings Sweet Emotion and they both get up on the same mic?
Yeah.
That was what happened with Rumblebean.
Yeah.
How often do you think Joe Perry accidentally made out with Steven Tyler in the 70s?
I don't know.
Accidentally or
On
purpose?
stage.
Right.
Because, I mean, they were hammered.
Yeah. Well, do you guys remember the Some Kind of Monster documentary with
The Metallica Of course we do.
Yeah,
Pete Lee.
This is going to hurt Pete Lee. I don't know if you should do it.
Uh-huh. What was your least favorite part?
Go on.
Go ahead.
Oh, least favorite part? Well, there was a part where
Every part was my favorite.
it was really, well, it was
hurt.
like they were like talking about how like they would take showers.
Hey,
and
get
stuff
up Pete Lee's
and, like,
burrito.
and like bang women in the showers, and then sometimes the lines got blurred, and I was like, Metallica just said that they're gay. That's wild.
Wait, what? I didn't catch that bit.
Yeah, it was in the documentary, and I was like, well, that's weird. And
Wait, the lines? No, you went there in your head.
maybe.
The lines got crossed as in maybe they slept with somebody else's girl.
Oh, you think that's what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
I've interviewed Metallica. James said to me, like, exit only.
All right. So he's like,
Well, I would assume he'd be the top in any sexual permutation.
yeah.
Who tops Hetfield out of any Metallica lineup, past or present?
I hate this episode.
All right, dude. I'll go. No, I love that you're like, I interviewed him. He was like, no homo.
Yeah, because I was one of those things where I idolized the guy, and somehow I talked about a question that made him answer it with exit only, even though I clearly wasn't asking him, does he enjoy anal? I just said something where he caught, I don't know where it went, but I remember he said on the phone, no, dude, exit only. And I was like, no, that's not what I meant. And I'm not like, oh, no, like, I'm not.
Yeah.
We're not going there. I wasn't trying to go there, James Hetfield. I remember, like, I don't know the interview. I just remember that bit. And as far as I was concerned, my life had been ruined.
All right. Well, I'm a huge Metallica fan. And so I apologize that right away I called them gay. But but if they don't want to be. But I don't know. That's what I thought. Because they were like all in the shower together banging women. And I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Wow.
It's crazy that there were so many shocking things in that documentary that 2 out of 3 of us don't even remember that moment.
Jakey, there's no way you can get that audio. Like, I want to hear how that was said.
By the way, we're starting out the episode, and there's already something that's going to make people like be totally shitty in the comments, and I love that.
Which is what?
Just call him Metallica gay.
Yeah. No, if anybody should be triggered, it should be me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is weird because I've done gay stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
But I don't want Metallica. I feel, I could be wrong, but I feel like James and Lars are super not gay.
yeah.
But I do think Lars has done enough coke to to accidentally have done something that would be perceived as gay.
yeah. But all
And
right,
Kirk is
we don't need to say.
No.
We don't need to say. But all right, let me just say, lines were blurred. I took it the wrong way. I'm wrong.
but I would think that you're the smarter out of the two of us.
Dude, I don't know that I am. You and I both skateboarded. I've had a lot of concussions, and so
Yeah.
I don't know. But I just was like, they were talking about being in the shower with each other. Like, by the way, banging a bunch of chicks with your friends, like in a shower, super rock star.
Yeah.
But like, if I was doing it, I'd be like, maybe this is gay. I don't know. Like, if I were, I don't know.
No, you're right. When you were younger, and it was the horny like young guy,
Yeah.
where it was like, I'm gonna let you do me right now, and you're like, okay. But when you're older, someone's like, I wanted you to do me right now, and I'm like, I'm not doing you in front of my friend. That's freaking gross.
Yeah.
But back then, it was like, oh yeah. And then maybe regret it a little bit afterwards. But if you're drunk and wasted, then you can definitely, like, I hate doing this, but there's I can't remember all the times where that has not fazed me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I've done it in front of guys where they're like, are you? And I'm like, hell yeah, I am. And then I'm like, I'm going to knuckle it out after it. Like, dude, Ellis just boned that chick in the same room as me. And I'm like, I did it in the car with you. I did it in the van with you. Like, I didn't see any gay in it. It was more like, this girl's coughing it up, and I'm not going to, you know what's gay? Saying no.
Yeah.
That's what's gay.
Yeah. Have you ever said no to a girl and then like because I say no to girls all the time on the road.
Oh, now
and
I do.
their number one thing is like, what are you, gay? And I'm like, that's so funny.
Yeah, that is really,
I'm like, you never get told no.
it's a very white dude comment.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Well,
Like, what are you gay? And I'm like,
What-
no, you're just not that hot. How about that? Like, wrap your head around that one. Or I am in a relationship and I'm not a fucking bimbo.
yeah. Like, I don't know. When I was younger, I used to think that every woman on the road was gold. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's fool's gold. Like, I don't want that. And
You're older and wiser.
dude, yeah. My dick is an old wise man.
You're divorced, right?
I'm divorced twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, oh.
It's all right.
Yeah.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, that makes me feel better.
That's why I said it.
Yeah.
And it's not a lie, though. It doesn't make you feel better. It's
Yeah,
true.
I won't talk about.
I feel like such a loser. I'm still working on my first.
Yeah.
Wait, are you?
Shut up, Michael.
Yeah, I think you're better than us.
Yeah.
Why don't you listen to NPR, you good person?
Yeah. And his house hasn't burned down. He's a bitch.
Oh, dude, yeah. By the way, I told you that I didn't talk to anybody today. My brain is just starting to brain right now.
My brain is just starting to break.
Yeah,
That's new.
the first couple sentences, I was like, oh, this is not working.
You're good.
It's odd, and this is something you'd only know in our line of work when the first words that you speak all day come back to you through headphones. It can be a little
Yeah.
jarring when that's the first time you've opened your mouth.
Yeah,
You go, oh God, that's me. I'm talking. This is all really happening.
yeah. At least this isn't a travel. Like I've had travel days where the first people I talked to was like 400 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't talk to anybody. And then you get backstage and they're like, we assumed you didn't want anybody to talk to you. And I'm like, no, dude, I need people.
Yeah.
Like, like the waiter, I'll be like, will you take my order for 15 minutes? I just need to talk to somebody.
I kind of like the on the road not talking, and then like because it's like, to me, I have a certain amount,
Yeah.
and it's like from doing the radio for 20 years. There was a time where I would do so much that when the show would end, new friends would always say, like, is there something wrong? And I'm like, what? And they're like, you just don't seem like you are on the radio. And I'm like, dude, that's me squeezing everything I've got out. Like, is it me? Because my radio show was definitely like, this is I am who I am. I
Mhm.
talk about what's in my life.
Yeah.
But it's also, there's times where I was on the radio where I'm like, I don't want to say anything to anybody.
Yeah.
But instead, I'm going to scream it.
Yeah.
So then when
Yeah.
it ends,
Yeah.
I have nothing to say. I'm like, I'm not sad. I need to not talk for a little bit. And I think with the comedy, being on the road, traveling, especially when you look like me, people don't talk to me. They're scared of me. So I just sit there with resting bitch face by myself thinking of stuff. I'm a good daydreamer. And then when I get to the stage, because that's the other thing, green room, if it's new guys approach me that much either. They're like, oh, hey, is it cool if I'm going to do 15? And I'm like, yeah, man, it's fine. Great. You know, I'm never like, fuck off. I'm like, yeah, man, like whatever you want to do is whatever you're comfortable with. I'm very approachable, but it still doesn't, it's usually after the show they'll talk to me. But I kind of like it's nothing and then it's go, because it's like the battery is completely full.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, drug wise, like the biggest thing you feel is a transition, you know, between being sober and high. And like, yeah, I guess you're like, hit me, give me all the adrenaline.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes total sense. It's so funny that you're unapproachable. Holy shit, dude, I'm the most approachable person. And like I was talking to Jimmy Fallon, and I go, I was like, what's it like to have everyone be famous for being nice? And he goes, you know, and I go, oh God. I go, I'm literally currently building the prison that you've already built for yourself. And like, I'm just finally getting recognized. And I walk through airports and people are like, hey, dude, after my house burned down, old ladies, they grab your upper arm and they lock you in. And they go, I'm so sorry about your house. And I'm like, aw, fucking lady, it's 7 a.m.
Cute.
It is really cute. But imagine you, and I barely complain about anything, but imagine you were walking through your day, you're crusty as fuck, and then now you're in a surprise funeral procession line, you know, where like you're like, oh fuck, this lady just brought up the saddest thing in my life.
Yeah.
And then, but you don't want to be rude, and thank you so much. But then they go, no, but how are you? And I'm like, oh, that question.
Yeah.
Right.
Holy
okay,
shit.
I can relate to that 1,000%. Like when I got divorced, it was serious. I got fired, got divorced. Like everything was falling apart, and I was moving into comedy. And like, as you know, like that doesn't that's not an overnight thing. That's like a even bigger kick in the dick. It's like, oh yeah, you want to be in comedy? Well, just so you know, you suck. So enjoy that.
Yeah.
And then every now and then somebody would be like, oh no way, Jason, man, divorced. That's got to be tough. She's doing good though. And I'm like,
yeah, oh yeah. The worst thing is when you're at a party, right? And like I'm a pretty social person. I fucking love people. But you're at a party and you're having a good time. And then the empath comes up to you when you're going through some shit and goes, how are you? And you're like, I'm good.
But
And
they're
like,
demanding a real answer.
yeah, but
no, seriously, how good are you?
yeah,
You know, like they won't take a.
But no, come on, Pete.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you're going through a lot. You're like, do you look around? We're having a good time. Like
Yeah.
we're at I just went to the kitchen to refill my Tostitos.
Yeah.
And but really, how are you? And I'm like, oh my God, like this isn't the time, because I'm a crier. I'll fucking cry.
Yeah, me too.
And I'll just cry.
It's healthy.
Yeah, it is. It really is healthy to get out. Ever since my house burned down, like at the Comedy Cellar, every once in a while, I'll just start crying, which is funny because that table is like, you know, it was the Patrice O'Neill table, you know, like hardcore roasters. And now like I'll just be there and I'll be like, ah, shit. Oh man, I got to cry. And I go to the front table and I cry, and then everybody just accepts it. And, but yeah, it's fucking wild.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with that at all, dude. I feel like there was a time there where I grew up, you don't cry.
Yeah.
My father never did. So I felt like if I did, it made me weak.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the amount of stuff that I went through in my life. And then I think it was just a point where people knew so much about me and my failures and successes, but failure mainly, you know, because of social media, they want to roast you for it, that I just gave up on whether you think I'm cool anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm not that tough, you know? Like, and it kind of, and not, this wasn't overnight, but in a way, over time, I realized that I'm tougher than most of you, because I will admit it.
Yeah.
You know, like don't act like all the angriest guys in the world. That's you fighting back tears, dude.
Oh.
You know how I know that? Because I was that angry guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fear and anger and depression, that's all one umbrella.
Yeah.
And so it comes out as one thing or another.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Yeah. One of my biggest anxieties was that I would just go somewhere and cry. And now it's funny because like having gone through 2 divorces and a house burning down, and I just went to jail, which is fucking crazy. I saved a guy's life. I was hammered. It was on the anniversary of my house burning down, and I was
Wait,
like so drunk that
your house didn't burn down when everybody else's house burned down?
No, no, it did.
It's already been a year?
No, the month anniversary.
Okay.
Dude, my brain is not brain.
Dude, I was like right there with you. I was like, did I lose a year? It's entirely possible.
Yeah, no.
Continue.
No, so it was like but it was the
So right after it, basically.
right after it. So like I went through divorce, fire, and then I was coping with booze, and I was so drunk that I was literally going, I'm an amoeba. I was just fucking walking down the street going, I'm an amoeba, and I was going into this diner to get eggs. Sorry, I get emotional when I talk about this. Well, wait, no, I'm not sorry. We just said we're not sorry, right?
No.
I
cry on this show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Crying is strength leaving the body, we believe.
all right. I might
It's not.
fucking cry.
You
I might cry. I feel like a clip where you're crying goes viral way easier.
Oh, then hook us up, pussy.
Hold on.
Let's mainline some tears, bro.
Hold on. Let me chop some onions.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's a good idea. They just have him here.
dude.
Yeah. We had that idea once before.
Oh, dude.
I'm sorry. Please,
no.
Pete, continue.
I was a martial artist, which you're a martial artist, but like I'm 47, so I'm like,
What martial arts did you do?
Taekwondo, Hapkido, I kickbox.
Shit.
But like one of my favorite songs is by Tool. It's Invincible, and it's all about being an aging warrior. And I'm like, dude, I don't have skills anymore. And anyway, this diner owner comes out of the diner and he's fighting a busboy, and he punches him and knocks him out into me. And just instantly, I was like sober for a second, and I sand volleyball dove and caught the dude's head.
So it didn't hit the ground.
Yeah, and
That's the worst part of it.
Yeah, well, it split my hand open. Like that was the force, and so I'm bleeding all over the place. And the diner owner comes like over to like finish him off, and I push him away. And it's icy, and he falls down and scratches his elbow. And then the police get there, and he's like, he beat me up, he beat him up, and then, dude, I got my ass kicked.
By the cops?
Yeah.
Wait, the guy that hit the guy and tried to finish the guy after you saved his head from snapping open on the concrete
And I also
goes to the cops. You're the one that did all of it. And all you were doing was walking past.
This guy sounds like an asshole.
Yeah, I was actually going into his diner to eat
Right.
eggs. And I was like, yeah, I was like, and I also saved him from a manslaughter charge.
Yeah.
You know, like, because, dude, the force that had would have hit, like,
Dude, everybody talks about it. Kickboxing, boxing, the concussion you get is bad enough, but it's the one where you're asleep on your way down and the whipping of the back of the head. That's why I've always said, like, getting knocked out in fighting, it's not good. But skateboarding, getting knocked out, like the concussions I've had from skateboarding, I've never woke up in hospital from getting kicked in the face, but I've whipped off on a skateboard where I woke up in hospital. I was completely gone in another world for a long period of time. Heavy concussions. Nobody's hand and foot can do it the same way. And that concussion where you get hit and you fall and then you whip the back of your head, that's where people die.
Yeah, dude, and it was weird because like I've seen enough fights and I've been in enough fights where like it's this body motion where like it's the neck, and then have you ever seen a hypnotist be like, I can balance between two chairs and you can walk on me? Like there's like ragdoll knocked out, and then there's like stiff.
Yeah, you get stiffed. Yeah.
And I was like, I just was like, fuck, and I dove and I caught, and then my hand was on the ground like this, so I was in not a position of strength. And dude, when I shoved the guy away, I shoved him as hard as I could, and like, dude, I was like adrenaline, like he fucking flew, and then he slipped, and I was like, oh fuck, and then the cops were like instantly there.
Yeah, but it's still like if you're telling the truth,
Yeah.
and I assume you are.
Yeah,
This guy, like when somebody gets knocked to the ground and they go in to finish again, that's kind of cold-hearted, you know? Like I've had pro fights, dude. I've had guys down. When they're down, I'm not that guy, you know? Like the ref doesn't need to pull me off.
And the guy that you saved initially didn't verbalize no.
He was still out, right?
well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope your audience isn't too sensitive and understand this. The dude is fucking Mexican, and I don't think he was here illegally. And he got up and ran. And I remember he gave me a look that was like, thank you, but I'm fucking gone. And I was like, okay.
Oh, wow.
And dude, I was just like standing there, and the cops were like, because the bad guy was like, that's the guy. And I was like, no. And I was so drunk, I couldn't even talk my way out of it. I was like, no, I saved his life. I was like, my hand. And they go, that's from punching. And I go, you don't punch with these knuckles.
Yeah.
And the cop's like, what do you know about punching? And I was like, a lot. Shit, this isn't going well. And they handcuffed me, and the diner guy's their friend, so they kicked the shit out of me.
Wait, they assaulted you?
Yeah.
Did you resist arrest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
But this guy probably gives him a lot of free coffee.
I think they get to take shits at his diner.
right,
When
exactly.
when the cops assaulted you, can you explain like what the strikes were? Sorry for if that's
Okay.
traumatizing, but I really am interested in police,
Okay.
like what blows they give you, because I kind of want it.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I've been doing a joke on stage. I'm like, do you know how the police win fights? Handcuffs.
Yeah,
Like, dude, I
it
was.
does make it easy to win.
But the first two dudes that were trying to get the handcuffs on me, I'm a keto guy. So I like tweaked I like literally was behind my back tweaking their wrists. So like I probably fractured a bone in both in their wrists.
Okay, so you did assault police.
Yeah. Which by the way, I know it's cool to be like, fuck the police. Like I love the police.
Yeah, me too.
I have a stalker and the police saved my life so many times, but this was bad behavior. I shouldn't have done that. And and then I just got real rowdy. But dude, it fucked me up for a long time that I wasn't able to fight the police. You know, like because I used to fight like when in Taekwondo, you'd fight in groups. It'd be 1-on-5, and I could always hold my own. And I was like, oh shit! Like I was laying in jail, going, oh, I'm fuck upable. Like, and I was like, dude, I'm
that
in
might be
danger.
a good thing to realize.
No, I don't like. I'm a martial artist, or I was aging warrior, but like I don't walk around. I de-escalate everything, but like. I just kind of was walking the earth going, oh, I'm fine. Like
Yeah.
I could take you. Like I could take, no, I don't think I could take you, but I don't even want to try. But I went, oh shit, maybe I can't.
Oh, this is interesting. Now, this is something you guys totally have in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you walk around like, yeah, I'm not looking for it. I'm actively trying to avoid it. I'm actually looking to de-escalate.
Yeah.
But I'm armed with the knowledge. Push comes to shove. I could pretty much clean house if I have to.
Yeah.
And you're confronting that maybe that was the case, but is no longer, which is something inevitably at some point you will have to do as well.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that makes you more of a man. To
Yeah.
me, taking a licking, it's good for you.
Oh, dude.
You know, being humbled, because that's what I learned. When I was very fortunate. I had like a name being a pro skateboarder. A lot of the gyms that I got to train with, I trained with the best dudes in the world, and I was never at their level, but I was inspiring with the best dudes in the world, and I got humbled for so many years that when I had pro fights, I usually I would win because the guy I fought was like me. He was just a guy. Like the people that I would train him with were they had belts.
Yeah.
From the biggest organizations in the world, and they'd be like, "Good for you, Jay. Keep working." And I'd be like, "This guy's treating me like I'm a toddler."
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like a giant guy, and you're scary looking and all that stuff. And he's but yeah, I mean there is power in that, and like I don't know, I've been working with my therapist. She was a ground troop Marine, and she's like, Pete, don't be scared, blah blah blah. So I went to court and I got I now have a violation for disorderly conduct, and so that's why I think I can talk about this. But I'm not going to go into detail because I watched the tape and it's at 5 angles from 5 different cops' cameras.
Wow, cool.
And then
You can't get that right.
I have it, but I was out to dinner with my manager last night. And I'm like, I'm not showing anybody.
Oh,
I'm gonna be vulnerable. I'm gonna tell you the awesome part that's not awesome, and I'm gonna be vulnerable. So I had been terrified for like a month, because think about it. Like I was like, oh fuck, I can't fight. I can't beat people up, and then immediately I'm in New York jail. So I was like in the scariest place you can be right after you found out that you can't fight anymore. And then I got out, and it was like so there's a long period of time between the court case, whatever. And I'm like, God, I just feel fucking vulnerable. I was like walking around kind of scared. And then my lawyer sent me the video, and he goes, hey, I'm gonna send you the video. He goes, and it's not good. He goes, it's not the way you remember it. He goes, you did catch the guy's head. You did save his life. He goes, you did push the guy. But he goes, there's just something that if we don't strike a deal with the DA, he goes, it's not gonna be good. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Dude, when I resisted arrest, again, I'm not going to go into detail. I held my own against 5 out of the 6.
Yeah.
And that's bad. And by the way, every black friend that I know is like, if you weren't white, it totally.
I was about to say, like, dude, if you had got any better, they might have shot you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it was, so then I got the beat down of my life, which like you've had beat downs and like you fought. It feels so bad that it almost feels good, you know, like. And like the one of the dudes, he bruised 3 of my ribs. They're still bruised because they take a long time to heal.
Yeah.
And I remember he did that, and I was like, all right, that one's really bad.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I was I was crying during the beatdown, and here's how it ended. I go, stop beating me. I go, I'm famous, which we both know that I'm not famous. Like,
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh my God, dude. Why did you say
Dude,
that?
dude, and
I would have kicked you again.
I think they did.
I'm thinking about it right now.
Yeah, dude.
Like, no, you did not. Boom.
So by the way, by that point, because I had used my legs and my fists and already handcuffed, like and I started to win again with handcuffs that were chained to the thing, but I realized I had 4 inches of play, and I swept 2 of them down, and I was like, I know. And by the way, if anybody's listening to this, like, you don't respect the law, blah blah blah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But you can punish me if you think that's what. But like, yeah, I've literally gone to jail and court and whatever, and it was wrong. But I saw the video and I called my therapist and I was like, oh my God, I go, we need to talk. And she goes, what? And I go, not proud of this, full remorse. But I go, turns out I'm not such a bad fighter. And it like knowing that I actually held my own more than I wish I wouldn't have. But knowing that I did.
I don't know if you do.
Have remorse?
No, I'm sure you have remorse, but
Yeah.
I think that the thing that was bothering you the most is that you can't fight. And now that you know you can,
Yeah.
you're okay with the consequences.
Yeah, I think you're disappointed that you beat up some cops and disrespected authority, but I think you were way more disappointed when you thought you couldn't.
That's what I'm getting.
100%.
Okay.
And my therapist, she was an Afghanistan Marine ground troop.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, that's the fucking warrior. And I was like, all right, cool. And so like as a life moment, bad, very bad.
Yeah.
As a self-esteem therapy moment, really fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two truths can be in opposition of each other and be true at the same time.
Of course.
Oh, hell yeah.
And only simple minds can understand that.
Yeah, and there's probably gonna be people that listen to this that I don't know. But you know what? You're gonna go fuck you. But okay, fuck you too. I don't know.
It's you, dude. You're living your life. You're not a bad person.
Well, can we
You might have a drinking problem, but you're not a bad person.
I mean, I did, and then I also told you that last night I had a few whiskeys, and but generally speaking, I only drink like one night a week. This week I've drank 2 nights a week, and I'm going into a comedy festival. So
I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, you said you're gonna leave it?
This is your life, dude. You're doing what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, honestly, since jail, I've probably drank.
Which is the way so many great sentences have started.
Since
Do you hear that? Do you hear what you just said?
no, but since jail, I've probably drank 4 nights,
Okay.
and
That's been how long?
February 11th.
Yeah, everybody. Jason Ellis Show. DraftKings Casino. The great rewards. The hunt is on. So join the adventure with DraftKings Casino for fun seekers. Follow the trail to huge jackpots, weekly bonuses, and exclusive games.
What we're talking about here is casino games on your phone, on your device. I recently got burned by sports betting. I had a very ill-advised wager on the NBA. Maybe I should stick to betting it all on black. That has never done me wrong in the past.
It's never done anyone wrong.
But the excitement is only getting started because new players can get 500 casino spins on a featured game. Just sign up with code Ellis and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 500 casino spins on a featured game only on the most rewarding place to play. DraftKings Casino, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Connecticut and Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Non-withdrawable casino spins valid for featured game only. only and expire in 168 hours. See terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends 4/27/25 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
Hey man, Jason Ellis Show, talking about hymns. Do you lack confidence in the bedroom? I don't.
Whatever are you talking about?
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm packing huge boners.
I see. Thanks for sharing that with the
I
room,
was going to try to be a bit more mysterious.
so to speak.
Start your free online visit today at hims.com/Ellis. That's HIMS.com/Ellis for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/Ellis.
The featured products include compounded products, which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
But I don't know. Yeah. But also I'm coming in here a little crusty and hungover.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, nothing I say is going to sound credible.
You know what's helped me with this stuff? Because I've always thought of myself as first I was a pretend tough guy.
Mhm.
Then I put in, I've been training for like 20 years. Like I said, I've been beaten by a lot of people. I move around with people at the gym. Most of the people that I move around with are way younger, better athletes than me. And they can't touch me. I can smash most people. But I know that on the streets, my mouth, like I'm somebody, like if you pick on somebody, I'm gonna help. Like if it's like a girl or somebody is little and it's a group, I'm gonna step in, and a beatdown's coming for me. I'm saying,
Yeah.
and to me, I have to come to terms. It's like for my sobriety, I have to come to terms with I'm not gonna be here forever. I'm gonna die,
Oh.
and I have to be okay with that. And that's because it used to bother me. It used to like irritate me that like one day it's gonna end, and I live in this little bit of fear everywhere I go all the time because one day it's gonna end. One day I'm gonna be so old. One day I'm not gonna remember me. One day my arm's not gonna work. It's just like skateboarding. Like one day I'm not gonna be able to skate the way I can't skate. Well, guess what? That's here. That has happened. But to me, the biggest shift that I ever got was, I'm ready to, especially these days, a lot of people talk a lot of tough stuff. And I'm like, push comes to shove, and you see me on the street, let's say there's a group of you, and you're like, oh, now you think you're tough now? And I'll be like, I never said I was tough. I just said, because I'm scared. I'm scared to fight. I'm definitely scared to fight like 5 people at a time. But if you want to go, we can go. And if you knock me out, you can knock me out, and I'll wake up and I'll go to the hospital and get taken care of. One way or the other, I will not be intimidated by anybody ever. I'm okay with dying. I'm okay with being knocked out. I'm okay with you breaking my arm. I'm okay with all the damage that the world can bring to me because I've seen it. I've felt it. And I'm okay, and I accept it. If it happens, it happens. I'm not looking for it, but I don't sweat you. I don't sweat anybody.
Yeah.
So you cannot intimidate me anymore. If you're going to pull a gun, I'm like, okay, well then that shows me you're more scared than me.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're really a man, put the gun down and let's do it hand to hand. And if you get slept when you wake up, I'll help you up.
Yeah.
But obviously most people don't play it like that. But I will not live in fear from anything anymore. So when things like that happen to me, I just get calm because I'm like, I've got to be at my best. And if you win, you win.
Yeah. I
wake up.
Every time that I've ever fought, I get calm and I get happy. It's weird. It's like, and
happy.
My friends saw me fight years ago and they go, you're a psycho. They go, it was pure joy. I was like, well, fighting is
Street fight or like
street fight. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And, but it didn't go very far.
Jesus, Pete.
I know, but my friends were like, you're a psycho. You were enjoying that. And I was like, oh yeah, I love fighting. But, and there was I mean, you don't take martial arts because you hate it. Like,
yeah. And,
but they were like, no, the happiness level that you had was crazy. And I was like, well, I don't know. I always fought happy.
Yeah.
My kickboxing instructor he was like the Muhammad Ali of kickboxing, James Burhands, and he fought happy. And like, I don't know, but,
if you
fight angry, you're not a good fighter.
Did you always fight happy? Was there ever a time that you weren't a fighter?
No, I mean, my brothers and I, we fought all the time. And like, we fought neighbors. There was these neighbors that we had, the Blazers. There were 8 of them and 3 of us. And we would meet in the woods like every other day. And like, think about training now. Like, you got to take days off or whatever. We're like, no days off. We're fighting the Blazers again.
I mean, older people take days off. Younger people don't.
Well, I'm old and I take days off, but
Yeah.
like, dude, we would fight the Blazers every day. There were 8 of them, and 3 of us, and we'd kick their ass every time. And every day, like minions, their brains would just reset and be like, I think we can beat up the Lees. I'm like, and they just never could. And but yeah, so I grew up fighting, and then I stumbled.
Wait, there's 8 of them. One of them must have been very little.
Yeah.
He was more of a cheerleader.
Yeah.
He got him this time.
I hope you at least fought him last.
I don't know. Have you ever
Or first.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like if you're in a fight and a dog's nipping at your ankles. You know,
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
got
kick
you.
it away.
I
But
got you.
I don't know. But anyway, but like, you don't want to fight. There's a saying my master Fox used to say, which by the way, it sounds like a made up master. But he used to say, he goes, you never want to fight because one person goes to the hospital, one person goes to jail.
Yeah.
And so I've always de-escalated. Like, I had this ex that she would start shit with other women at bars, and then the dude would come up to me, and I remember we were in New York City. This dude comes up to me, and he's like, what are you trying to do? What? And I go, all right, that's good. And he goes, what? I go, that's good. I go, walk with me. And he's like, no, man. I go, get angry. And he's like, what? And I go, push me. And I go, your girl's looking. And he's like, what the fuck? And I go, dude, we're not gonna fight. I go, we are not gonna fight. And he's like, what? And I go, you don't want to fight me. I go, I'm not being a tough guy, but I go, you're standing up for her. I go, I'm gonna buy you a beer and a shot. And I was like, you're not going to the hospital. And he's like, what the fuck? Wait. And there was a moment where he was like, oh shit, this guy is about to annihilate me, and he's joyful. Yeah. And by the way, I ended up buying him a beer, but like I made him look like he was sticking up for his girl.
Yeah.
And like controlled the whole situation. And then there was no fight. But
yeah, dude, winning's overrated.
De-escalate.
In the gym, winning, yay. On the street, like I really avoid it at all costs. But like I have hurt people on the street before, and I didn't feel victorious at all. No. I felt really bad. I know there's people out there that like that and celebrate after it, but anybody that I've ever knocked out before, I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like I'm not that person. I know there's plenty of us out there that are into that, but it freaks me out. I'm worried about their safety. I don't like choking people out. I don't like knocking people out. I don't like hurting people, man. Really, like if it's for the sake of competition, because I'm a competitor. I want to win, but I don't want to hurt anybody. Yeah,
and when I say I get happy to fight, like I'm happy to fight the physical interaction, the technique, but like the last street fight I was in, other than the cops,
this is the last place I thought this was gonna go today.
I told you,
right?
Yeah, me too.
Like, you're a comedian. You're a really funny guy.
Oh, thank you.
What happened?
Pete, the contrast. I don't want to hear about your most recent street fight. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But the contrast, and I know you've heard this before, but the contrast between the way that you present to the world and this is so jarring.
You're so light on stage.
We started this conversation with you saying that you find yourself unwittingly following in the footsteps of a Jimmy Fallon, whose brand seems like approachable friend to the world.
Yeah.
You know you present that way.
Yeah.
And yet this is just as essential to the core of who Pete Lee is.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
Can I say that I understand the confusion, but it actually makes sense. Like I walk the world with kindness, and like you can be kind if you're not afraid. Like, cause literally like my whole thing is love, and like love and fear are the two polar opposites. Like I'm not religious, but like religion was based upon love or fear. Like, and whoever I think God is just love. I think that's the power of love in the world. And then there's fear, and you're at a crossroads at every point, and you can choose love or you can choose fear. And so I guess all that, whatever fighting stuff makes me feel so safe that I can just walk around with love. Mm-hmm. But I think if you're, I don't know, I think maybe if I didn't have that, I'd walk around more scared and I'd be meaner to people or whatever. But so it does make sense when you think about it like that. But yeah, I don't know. It is a thing where I'll say two things. Like whenever I normally don't tell people that forever, and now I'm saying it on your podcast, it was really popular, and so
it's not that popular.
All right, well,
your secret is safe with us.
Yeah. All right, well, still fuck me. If we're on
if you cry, it might help though.
It might help. But every time that I talk about this stuff, I always walk away feeling like Pete shouldn't have fucking said that, you know. And like, you shouldn't have talked about that. You shouldn't have talked about
I don't
fighting.
think there's anything wrong with it.
And-
You haven't heard this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go way too far.
No, I love it. Well, I think,
But that's who we are. You're explaining who you are, how it ticks. This is like and then the thing I notice, especially because I'm very open with stuff. I'm very honest, whether it's a cool look or a bad look.
yeah.
And I know that a lot of people live in fear of being who they really are because you think you're all alone in it. You
Yeah.
think you're the only one that thinks this crazy thought, or you've done this thing where it was like kind of inappropriate or out of control or irrational or childish. And you're like, man, it's embarrassing to admit. Everybody fucking does it.
Yeah.
Everybody cries. Everybody's scared. Everybody gets angry. Everybody does things that they regret. Everybody like can get triggered, can have a bad day, can take a compliment. Sometimes if you say something negative, most of the time they go, yeah, man, I don't care. That's your problem. But sometimes they go, hey, man, fuck you. No way. I'm going to fucking lash out and then regret it for like another 6 months. Everybody is human. And it's social media that makes us think that some of us are not. Some of us are just pretty much perfect, and we very rarely make mistakes, or we're never intimidated. Kind of know how the whole. Trust me, listen to what I'm saying, and you'll be fine. That guy is full of shit. Like, I know that guy. I know millionaires that cry. I know super rich people that are sad. I know broke ass people that are happy. Fuck off. Everyone's lying.
Everybody hurts sometime.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
A wise man said that.
Was he?
When the day is long.
Now I'm going to cry.
Yeah. No, I don't.
He should cry.
Yeah.
He does. Believe me, he does.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Dude, I fucking love you, man. Like
I love you, dude.
Yeah, this is great. This is great.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. Like, well, this whole podcast should be called. I gotta be honest. I came in here and I was feeling crusty, and like usually for the first, if I haven't talked to somebody, I'm a little awkward, and like I normally don't have anxiety, but I fucking had those cocktails last night, and so I came in here feeling anxious. And the weirdest thought that I'm gonna tell you. So I'm dating this girl named Cindy, and
Gotta go for it.
yeah, dude, she's fucking rad as shit. She's
Nice.
really fucking cool.
Yeah.
She watches everything that I do instantly, and like I remember and by the way, she's really kind. But in my head, it was fucking me up that I'm like, Cindy's watching this, and I'm not saying words well, and but I was like, I know, but isn't that crazy? Like, there's nobody that has my back more than her, and she wouldn't be critical of me
That's all
for
you
this.
need, dude.
But like when we first started talking, I was in my head about like, oh man, I'm stumbling and I'm feeling a little nervous, and like Cindy's gonna tell me about it. But like, it's so fucking, is that fucking weird that like,
Because you care about it.
Well, think about
Yeah.
if the situation were reversed.
Oh, yeah.
How do you feel about the person that you love when they're at their most vulnerable? Maybe not at their best. In a
Oh.
weird sort of way, it makes you like we all try. Dude, I've been married for I don't know how many years
Yeah.
at this point. I still think
Stop
I'm
bragging.
I still think I'm running shit on my wife where
Yeah.
where I project to her a slightly better version of the human being that I really am.
Yeah.
Do I think she really doesn't know what I really am by now?
Yeah,
if
she
the person
knows.
knows you and loves you and like lives with you or sleeps over all the time, they know.
yeah, and
You're not blowing her mind here.
she fucking knows, and and yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I actually feel better after even just saying that. Like that was in the corner of my brain, and I was feeling weird on this podcast because yeah, that person would she'd be like down for that. Like she wouldn't be like, oh, I saw the podcast and what went wrong. I do have an ex that she used to watch my shit, and like even when it went well, she would pick out the one fucking bad part.
Yeah.
And so there's another layer to
Well, we have a lot in common, dude.
there's another layer to my discomfort that was irrational. Like now that like I was projecting onto Cindy what this other person did, and Cindy would never do that.
Yeah.
And even honestly,
It's old habits die hard,
Yeah.
man. You get trained into
Mhm.
a thought process that you think everybody's like that.
yeah, and like if anything, Cindy would actually ask me honestly. She'd be like, hey, you were uncomfortable, like how did that feel, or like are you okay? And like, or she'd be like, I thought I was fucking beautiful. You guys ended up bonding over that.
Yeah.
And whereas the other gal would have called me a pussy.
Yeah.
And which by the way, we just talked about fighting. I'm also a pussy. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Everybody is.
yeah.
Dude. Mike Tyson said he was scared before every fight when he was in his prime.
yeah,
I've said this several times because to me that was like, at one point when he was in his prime, he was the most terrifying man alive on the planet. And before he had a fight with another man, he was terrified. So everybody that's like, I'm fearless is a liar.
Yeah. And
It's good to be nervous. It's good to be scared.
Except for Pete. You enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Killer.
dude,
Wish there was more cops, goddammit.
yeah. Oh my God. The police, I love you. I love you so much.
Look, I want to say in your defense, you could not paint a scenario where somebody might be more justified in getting a little
dude.
rowdy with the police than the specific set of circumstances that led to your situation.
Yeah. And
Like they took a guy's word that started the whole thing and you saved the guy that he almost killed and now the cops are beating you up for it. Like,
yeah.
I'm throwing a couple of elbows myself, dude, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I stumbled, rescued a guy, not me. And they're like, nah, we don't care. You're under arrest. I'd be like, fuck you. And
Yeah.
the drinking,
Dude, it was,
you don't have your wits or your cool with you, you know?
it was like last night I had a couple, I actually had like 3 whiskeys. And let's be honest, they were doubles. So 6, right? And
Very honest.
yeah. And lately, I usually have like 1. By the way, I don't know what it is, but I don't want to be sober. So lately I've been having like 1 drink at the end of the week. And I don't know if it's weird. And
Why do you not want to be sober?
I don't know. I don't know.
You need to be sober long enough to answer that question before you drink again.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
You should know the answer to that.
Wait, what's the answer?
Why do I not want to be sober?
Yeah. By the way, you're gonna fucking knock
You
my
need to
dick
sit
off
with it.
right now?
I'm not going to do anything.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
I'm
give
saying
me
you
the
need
answer.
to sit with it.
Okay.
You need the answer to that.
Yeah.
Because when you drink, then you never get the answer.
Mm.
You're back to running.
You mentioned a therapist. Have you brought that thing up to the therapist?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Oh fuck. I don't think I legally can tell you what this is. All right. I'm gonna not be specific. So
I don't. This is so surprising.
Could you be on
Everything
the
you're
Could you
saying.
be on the show permanently?
yeah. So can we say this about a general person, and not a specific person? So I've always been somebody that has a couple drinks, and then like I'll literally the next day be like, I don't want any, and I don't want any for a week or two. And I went through a situation, and I'm not gonna say with who, and that's the legal part. It was a
Wow, you're so mysterious. Anyway,
no, it was a
doesn't matter who.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yeah, hate that guy.
let's say Bill Nye the Science Guy, and let's
Get
say
it coming.
let's say that I was in an abusive relationship.
Okay.
With a friend. Let's say it's a friend.
Yeah, who is
legally.
Bill Nye?
And this person, if anybody knows this person, they would go, no fucking way. It's called a covert narcissist.
Mm-hmm.
And they take you from your strongest and they don't stop until you fucking die.
Mm-hmm.
And like, dude, last fall, I was almost at death. Like, and not killing myself, but like fucking drinking myself almost to death. Yeah, fucking like just taking risks, like all this shit. And I never drank like that before. And I'm always like a guy that takes whiskey on stage. A lot of times it's apple juice. And like, but I sell a shirt that's drinking shirt or whatever, which is also dumb. But anyway, one of the hardest things. So I've been going through this therapy to heal from narcissistic abuse. And by the way, the person in my life, the friend, not specific, really fucking good at it. Like expert level. Like, the weirdest part was that other people that this person's abused started hitting me up on Instagram and being like, do you want to grab a beer? And I'll be like, why the fuck would I want to grab a beer with you? And it happened enough times and they were like, you got to get out. And so imagine these guys taking me out and being like, dude, I was you. And like, I see your stand up and like, I've seen your clips and I see that you're hurting and like, you're fucking dying and I almost died. And I fucking got out. And then I moved back to California and then my fucking house burned down. And like I moved back to this neighborhood that was like my safe space. And it was my surf neighborhood. I lived there for a long time. And but Dr. Rachel was like, she's like, Pete, all right, this might be the part where I cry. It's really fucking hard for me to admit that I was abused, like as a man.
Yeah.
It's fucking really hard. And I do therapy once or twice a week, and she takes me through it because the narcissist has a playbook, and there's really only about 30 tactics that they do.
Yeah.
And when I was in it, I was like, I don't know what's happening. And why the fuck is this and that? And then, but now that she's taking me through it and I'm healing and like learning what it really was and learning that it was a pattern, and then also talking to people that survived this person. Like this person, fucking bravo, you're really good at abusing people. And
it's not their fault either.
Because they're this thing, and that's another thing. And
they don't know they're doing it. That's all they're capable of doing.
This person, in a lot of covert narcissists, they're recording it and then flipping it and going, I was the victim, or I was the whatever.
Yeah.
And dude, it was so I was drinking a lot to cope with that. And so
it makes it worse.
My psychiatrist, so I like after, so then it got worse and worse and worse, and then jail. And then I was laying on the jail floor, and I'm like, dude, I need to back off drinking. And so I don't think I had a drink for like a month, and then like I'd just have one or two. And by the way, I don't know if this is an intervention, but like last night was probably the most that I've had. No, I went to the Sphere with Bert Kreischer, and I drank a lot. I don't know if it's ramping up again or whatever, but I don't think it is. But my psychiatrist goes, Pete, you're not an alcoholic. She goes, you are an abuse victim. She goes, and you drank alcohol to cope as a medicine. And she goes, guess what? It fucking worked. She goes, you had to go do all your shows. She goes, you had to do all your shit. You had to like get through everything and get through life. And you had a tool, and it worked. And because she was like, how are you feeling without drinking? Are you craving it? And I'm like, dude, it's not a struggle at all. It's weird. I mean, the first 10 days are withdrawals, and that was real. But she goes, I just really don't think that you're an alcoholic. Well, all my family, they're calling me, how are you doing with sobriety, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I was like, dude, I don't want to have this conversation. And I talked to Dr. Rachel about that, and she goes, do you know why that? Do you know? She goes, Pete, you're not an alcoholic. She goes, you were fucking abused. She goes, you were coping. And she goes, your ex, what is part of her narrative? So every narcissist has a narrative. It was Pete had a drinking problem, and he went crazy. And like that's the narrative. Like I went crazy. And by the way, I did drink too much. But like that was hammered from all of her angles, all of her friends, all of her family. And Dr. Rachel goes, you need to tell people when they go, you're an alcoholic, that you're furthering her abuse. And she's like, and by the way, I'm gonna see moving forward if I if I had cocktails last night, and then I'm gonna keep it in check over time. But like it's really important for my self-esteem that I realize like I'm not an alcoholic. I went through a period of time, and I coped, and I don't know. Like, I will also say that this week, I can't. There was something I had to do for the thing that I got out of, and I think that I'm feeling fucked up about that, and that's why I've drank twice.
Right. So you use that to you use the word cope.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it to you, dude. You're on the show.
You can do whatever to me.
You're running.
Yeah, I'm running.
You use it to run.
Yeah.
Right, but you run. It's coming. There's no speed that you can run at that makes this disappear. You have to face it.
Yeah.
And facing it like alcohol is a depressant. I don't think alcohol. I don't say saying you're an alcoholic. It's none of my business. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
It's like you're running from stuff. If you use alcohol, if you don't use alcohol, if you don't figure yourself out, you'll use something else.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you use alcohol, great. If you don't use alcohol, even going to the gym. You got to watch, like when things get stressful, you got to sit with it and understand why you're like that. Why is it annoying to you? And then there's like this big, to me, the biggest thing was like, I thought was forgiving the people that hurt me, for like the people that have put me in situations that got me here in the first place. How am I going to forgive them? Because they are pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got past forgiving them. And then I realized forgiving me was way harder.
Oh, yeah.
Way harder. Because there's people, like even the cop thing is the perfect example. Like, it's not their fault. It's definitely not your fault. It's not their fault.
Yeah.
But the reaction to things made it worse.
Yeah.
Like, to just
Yeah.
let things go. Like, dude, if you hadn't have been drunk, you probably wouldn't have been on that street.
Yeah.
Let's say you still were on that street and you did catch the guy's head. I bet you didn't handle it the way you handled it if you weren't drunk.
Wow, you just saying that really made sense, because in court, the judge goes, "You don't have to say anything," and she was like, "Do you want to make a statement?" I go, "No," because my lawyer was like, "Don't talk." And then she goes, "Well, I'd like you to make a statement." So I was like, I have remorse for my behavior with the officers. And I go, and 3 of them and I are in contact, and I go, they wrote letters on my behalf, and I've really made amends with them. They're coming to my show at the Comedy Cellar next week, but I felt really bad, and so I reached out to them personally. And one of them, he was so good to me that he sat with me in the hospital all night, and then he took me to jail, and he like talked to the guards and was like, "Hey, like this guy's like, he's in comedy. Also, like if they want to fight him, he's going to do really well. And this is going to be bad."
FYI, he's famous.
Yeah, he's famous. And but he like really cared for me, and I probably shouldn't even. Probably his boss doesn't like want to know, but he gave me a cell phone number, and I text with him.
He's a good guy.
There's a couple different ways that you can get forgiveness. External, right? Like that man forgave me, and so that makes it easier for me to forgive myself. In the thing that I just went through, so in therapy, I'm working a lot on how to process and work through the narcissistic abuse. But it's also like, why was I in that situation? Like I was codependent as fuck for my whole life.
Yeah.
And I just hadn't run into a buzzsaw like that yet.
Right.
And it was, but forgiving myself involves, there were so many signposts down the road where I saw it clearly.
Right. But that's the reason you were attracted to it in the first place is because you haven't forgiven yourself for something prior to this, because you think you deserve this kind of treatment.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't stand up. People that are completely together and healthy mentally, physically go, "Oh, absolutely not," and walk out the door.
Yeah.
Us go, that's probably what it was probably my fault. I just don't remember when I started this, but I was probably the person that did this in the first place.
Yeah, like I had a lot of behavior that was like, "Hey, she just did something that's unthinkably terrible."
Yeah.
Or that person. But I felt like I signed a contract. Like I say I love you and I stay no matter what. Well, the other person was in breach of the contract. But I was like, I'd be like, well, I don't want to hurt her by leaving. But I should have absolutely, like one of the things that is really painful for me is like I'm there for all my friends. Like fucking I'm the best friend of my friends. I'll say the kind of shit when they're saying mean shit.
You can't do it to
but
yourself.
I didn't show up for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm also somebody who, generally speaking, my compass points to true north. And like, you know, I have negativity, and then I like judo flip it, you know, on a daily basis. And like, you know, and I don't think that it's false. It's something that I work on, you know.
Dude, here's the good news for you.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful person. You're a kind soul. I can tell. I know this. I'm good at this. This is one of the things that I have. I'm not a good reader, but I can read humans real good. But you are in a dark place, dude. And I'm not saying you're an alcoholic. I'm saying these things that you do right now when things get stressful put you back. Like you get like quitting for a month, it's not enough. You need to do the work. Like I don't say, like I've said more than once on this show, going and doing the steps in AA. If you don't drink, if you've never had a drink in your life, you should do the steps because it breaks down who you are, what you're about, what makes you tick, what makes things piss you off. Why are you like this? What do you want? Who are you really? Nothing to do with alcohol. Usually most of us that are alcoholics, we're just self-medicating. Like whatever we get a hold of, because I'm the same with sex. Like when I quit drinking, I just started plowing everybody. And I was like, I wonder if that's got anything to do with it. And then when I quit, within 3 days, I was like, oh my God, I don't think I've ever wanted to do drugs more than today.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, because that's another one. You just keep finding new versions of running. You become like a professional athlete in finding shit to use to run. Like I'm just really good at it to the point where everybody else doesn't know I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Because the weed thing. People are like, weed, how bad's weed? You ain't seen somebody smoke weed like I did.
Oh, yeah.
Like I wake up and I go to sleep with it. I wake up in the middle of the night and I dose myself again because I cannot face the harsh reality of all the things that I've been running from because they pile up. And then when it gets down to being like you strip it all down and you go, okay, really, what is it? What am I afraid of? What are the things that I haven't accepted in my life? What are the wrongs and the rights that have happened on my behalf and others? This is going to be the same for you. It turns out it's not as bad as you think it is. And you go, oh, well, I can accept that. And then it's not like, I forgive myself. There needs to be days, hours where you sit there not running, where you go, I forgive myself. Yes, I'll analyze it again if you want to, brain. I know what I did and I forgive myself for that. And it'll be like,
yeah,
do it again, dude. Do it again until you need to stay away.
Yeah.
Alcohol is a depressant, dude.
No, you're right.
And to get real happy and get on top, you're a fucking brilliant guy.
Thank you.
The first thing you started with today was like you had a long conversation with Emily from the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
I immediately was envious because every time she says hello to me, I get tingly, and it's for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm with her all night, and you're a successful, big time comedian who did a set on the Hawk versus Wolf thing where you wrote stuff in 5 minutes for stuff about your head. Like you are off the cuff, very funny. You're a brilliant guy. Everybody loves you that's around you. There shouldn't be 1 second of darkness. You got a new girlfriend who sounds like a fucking awesome chick.
She's fucking really great. And,
These little things where it's like they're not you, dude. They haven't gone through what you've gone through. And if they ever drink until 3 a.m., congratulations to them. But that's not you.
Yeah.
You're not ready for that. You need to work on being like clear-headed, face what's really going on in your life. Like, dude,
yeah.
Think about like if you're a professional therapist, like your fucking house burnt down, dude. You just had a divorce.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things that a lot of people snap and never come back from.
Yeah.
I don't think drinking right now ever is good for you right now, dude.
Yeah. And like,
I think going to the gym, eating right, hanging out with your chick, like that's what you should be doing. Seeing the sun
yeah.
on your face, like things that are all healthy and positive, no dark. Like, dude, it's coming out of you right now because you're fucking holding on to it.
Yeah, dude. By the way, I'm not trying to escape this moment with humor, but if you could cast a movie where a guy needed to have a fucking masculine man that they'd listen to tell him about something like this, that like it'd be you. like dude, you're a fucking kind guy that's tough as shit with tattoos, and then you're going, I'm gonna break you down. And
well, the tattoos is all bullshit. I am also have been in therapy for a long time, and this is all a facade. This is to protect the terrified inner child.
Yeah, but
because I am scared, dude.
Yeah, man. Fucking.
There's nothing wrong with this, dude. You're getting to the bottom of it, and this is I know because sober guys do this to people, and I don't want to be that guy to you. Like, I don't know if you're an alcoholic. I'm not a fucking doctor. I don't know, but the sooner you stop anything that helps you run from it, because it's dying to get out, dude.
Yeah.
Look at you. It's dying to get out.
Well,
and the sooner you like fuck all that off, no ducking, it will come out, and then you can move on with your life. Because, dude, how much longer do we have? What do we got? Like 4 decades if we're fucking lucky. If we're lucky, dude.
Yeah.
Like live your
Yeah.
enjoy for as long as you can.
Yeah, man. And I don't know. It was funny. When I agreed right after jail, like the agreement I made with myself was that I'm not going to drink until I work through these big feelings. Right. And,
And then you drink.
but by the way, so I'm going to say one thing and then I'm also going to call bullshit on myself, which I already just did. But, I like, yeah, I fucking, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go do the steps. I don't know how long I'm going to stop drinking again or whatever. I'm going to talk with Dr. Rachel a lot about this, like especially this moment. So I don't want to make an agreement, but I will say that, like, yeah, I fucking broke my promise to myself, and like I've only been drinking in little bits, but I told myself that I wasn't going to do that till I worked through these feelings. And look at me. They're fucking still there.
I know.
And I've been, dude, I'm going to say something that I don't know if I can even get out of my mouth. But, dude, I've gone through so much fucking hell lately.
I know.
And I've been so fucking strong. And I'm proud of myself for that. But
You should be.
But it's, it's too much.
People don't. When we did the show the other day and you were talking about it, and it's like, man, that's heavy. Also, you watch the news, you go, wow, that's heavy. So many people lost their homes. I know from like having some things happen to me that are pretty bad also, where when someone else has it, you can't be in their shoes. You don't know what it's like to lose everything.
Yeah.
Like if someone's like, man, I heard you got divorced. That sucks, homie. Like, I feel bad. You don't fucking know what it's like to, it's not like, divorce is a couple of hours and then I move off with my fucking comedy career. No, dude, I wake up every fucking morning knowing that this person that I was supposed to die with is gone. Like, I did 2 years, dude, he knows. There were shows where he was like, you might not make it, dude. Like,
yeah.
we probably shouldn't do a show.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to. People need, this is my job. If I stop talking, I don't get any money and I can't eat food. Like, it was that.
Yeah. And but
I didn't want to be here.
Well, comedy and entertainment it's an exercise in coping mechanisms, right?
Yeah.
Like, young comedians always go, what's the difference between like somebody who's really funny and who's not? And I go, well, we all walk around with all these coping mechanisms and we block out thoughts. We block out crying, like right now. We block out things that are the most sad, and we really, really kind of mute our view on the world just to fucking get through our day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the difference between like comedians and artists and singers and writers and those people is that we are able to like lower our defense mechanisms to see the minutia of life, to observe it, to say it back to them, because they're recording it the whole fucking time.
Yep.
And when you say it back to them, you hold up a mirror and go, oh, hey, this is all the fucked up shit that you've been avoiding. And not necessarily like pain like this, even though this is what I'm talking about on stage right now. But like, yeah, like we lower that and we notice it. And it's funny that like I carry around a pride of like I'm good at doing that, and but I'm having a moment right now, apparently fucking not.
It's a gift.
Because I like and by the way, this is a fucking gift. It's so funny that I started the podcast worried that I'd look nervous when Cindy watches it. Now I'm crying my eyes out and I'm actually mentally going, this is way better.
Yeah.
I fucking thank you, man.
It's a gift, dude. You have the ability to help people that are, because as you know, when you bring up stuff that you've gone through, you're not alone.
Yeah.
There's millions of us out there that have gone through similar stuff and they don't have a voice and they don't have a way where you can you can flip this, dude.
Yeah.
When you face it and deal with it and come to terms with it, forgive yourself and everybody else that is a part of it, then move on and write jokes and make people laugh and see the bright side of these like terrible fucking things.
Yeah.
This is life. Life comes with all these horrific things. And if you can keep going,
yeah.
Like, and you have a brain that can write things and say things to people where they can feel better about their day. Like, you're in a sweet spot.
Well, I think I was, I'm just now realizing, like, I think I was lying to myself, which, by the way, we all fucking lie to ourselves. But, like, I'd been writing jokes about this, going out in front of people, and I had been opening up about it. And I felt like I was starting to be good with it. Even though, like I talk about it in therapy, I cry. But actually, I hadn't cried for a while, and there was a signpost that I should have saw a few weeks ago, and I'm seeing it now, and it was being recorded. But I thought, like, I would run, so people in airports, the old ladies, they grab your upper arms. It's like an old lady move, and so people in airports will walk up, they grab the upper arms, and then it's always old ladies, and they go, "Your house burned down. How are you?" The thing we were talking about before, and I've even gotten to the point where talking about it so much on stage and whatnot made it so that I'm like, well, I don't even feel as bad in those moments. But there are times when I would just cry in an airport. So I think I was mistaken, that I was like, oh man, I'm getting better. I'm doing better. I'm doing this therapy. I'm working on shit, blah, blah, blah. But Bert took us to the Sphere, and I drank that night. And it was like one of the first nights that I drank. And then I took a shit ton of mushrooms. And when Cindy and I got back to the room, I just got really emotional, and I can be very emotional with her, and like, I can cry with her, like I trust her with my heart. And by the way, do you guys have any Kleenex?
Oh yeah.
But I just I just started fucking crying in a way that was like even Cindy went, oh my God, is everything really not okay? And she wasn't questioning me or judging me, but she's like, Pete, do I need to be worried? And I'm like, holy fuck, Cindy. I go, I just realized I am not okay. I'm like, I'm not okay. And I'm like, this hurts so bad. I'm like, this all hurts so fucking bad. And I wear the brave face. I went on fucking Fallon after my house burned.
Right.
I even was.
You did our show.
Yeah, I did your show
straight away.
And like, I've been on the road writing jokes, thinking that I was coping, but you're right. I need to fucking sit with it. And
same thing, dude.
And like, I am going to say to you right now that like, I'm not making any promises about programs or whatever, but
I don't mean no promises.
But, and by the way, it's not a promise.
Just read the fucking thing. Just go.
Yeah.
Don't say you're not going to drink. Don't worry about the drink. I'm not talking about the drink.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it's the work. It's the work that you do where you understand yourself better.
Yeah.
If you want to drink, fucking go ahead, dude. Do whatever the fuck you want. I just think that it'd be a good idea for you to understand what you're going through a little bit better.
Yeah.
And I think, like, dude, I'm like I said, dude, I'm pretty good when it comes to like feeling people out and understanding where they're at, and it's boiling over, dude. Like, you're fucking hurting, man.
Yeah, man.
Pete,
and you don't have it's like, it's like, I get the tough.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, man, I'm not a bitch. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, isn't it funny that I had that moment in therapy where I'm not like, I had that fighting moment. I shouldn't be scared. Yet the fear's coming from inside the house, or the heart, dude. It's it's
a rational fear, dude. You've got a lot to be sweating. I
have so much to process, and then you touched on it before. All this came from a place that was way longer before that.
Mm-hmm.
That I stood in the pocket and I took the abuse, and then, I did it. Yeah.
The ability to endure stuff can be a blessing and a curse, because
Mm-hmm.
it just means you can take that much more on. A weak person would have crumbled, which in the long run might have actually been better. I don't want to pile on, but you said one thing that really struck me.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just a random comment, but something, if I were
by the way, you're not, I feel like, and it's not to cut, well, I did cut you up, but like, I don't think there's anything right now at this point that you guys could say or suggest or ask me. Like, I feel like I'm really I might be an open wound right now, but like, I also feel very supported in this room.
I think that's where we're coming from. And I hope it feels that way. Everything that you've said, I was like, yep, I'm picking up what you're throwing down. The one thing that struck me is when you said you feel like it's important to your self-esteem to not be an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Again, I'm in absolutely no position to judge whether you are or not, what the appropriate course of action is there. I would just question why that is, because as somebody who does drink, I actually feel sometimes like a weaker person. I feel like our society is transitioning to where it's like our better people who don't want or need alcohol. I think there was a period of time where drinking, drugs, etc. was very important to Steve-O's self-image. Yeah. But in retrospect, obviously there was a much better person. It doesn't make him a weaker person for getting sober. It actually has allowed him to metamorphose into a better, more complete person.
Yeah, and I really want to talk to Dr. Rachel about that because her thing was just don't accept that because that's furthering the narrative and the abuse. And
I see her angle.
And I totally get that. But yeah, I mean, I will say this, that people kept asking me, like during, like after jail, when it was after like the 10 days of when the alcohol leaves you, they're like, how do you feel? And I go, fucking amazing. And I scared a few people when I said this to them, but I go, being sober feels the exact same way as back when I was drinking heavily and then I did cocaine. Like, cause you know how you're just getting back to a baseline of even, and I'm like the fucking serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine that the coke gives you when you're drunk. I was feeling that every day, and like, by the way, I don't know, like everything has a reason. Maybe I got drunk and crusty last night so that this fucking moment would happen. I don't know, but
I believe in that shit.
Yeah,
more than ever.
But like. Yeah, I don't know, but I will say that, you know, this last week, like having drank, I don't feel very good, and it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't help the healing, because it makes me feel even worse, and then I'm also running,
which gives you another reason to run the next day.
Dude, this is the first time that I've heard that I've been running, and like
I didn't want to say it, like I'd rather talk to you off air, but.
No, dude,
I know it.
Yeah, I know.
Because I've done it. I still want to do it. Dude, let me tell you this. This morning, I got up early and I went to go see my friend's horse because I see my friend's horse almost every morning.
Yeah.
I was walking him and the sun hit my face and the mountains made me see the mountains. And this happens to me from time to time now. And old me, I don't give a fuck about the sun. I don't give a fuck about a view. I don't give a fuck about mountains. I definitely don't give a fuck about somebody's fucking horse unless it's going to take me on a ride and we're going to jump some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't ride this horse. I hang out with this horse and just enjoy his company.
Yeah.
And the sun on my face. And I think about, like, I've recently lost my best friend, dude. Like, I got a lot of fucking hurt in my heart too.
So sorry.
And I'm like, I feel his presence and it hit me where I was like, I'm so grateful for this day. And I hit me where I was like, wait, you're grateful for this day? And I was like, yeah, man, like your famous ass friend has a horse and she trusts you with the horse.
Yeah.
And this is a fucking rich person's horse. Like you are living life, dude. And you get up every morning to see this horse. Old you could never be consistent enough to see anybody with the same temperament ever. Like you get a new guy every day with me because I'd be like, oh, I'm crusty. Oh, I'm really happy. Oh, I'm really bitter. I'm really tired. I'm really sore. It doesn't matter how I feel. I'm always pretty even these days, comparatively speaking to old Jason.
Yeah.
But just the amount of gratefulness that I have without being high, without somebody promising me a blowjob, without anybody promising me any money or any success or any views on any social media. I'm just like, right now, I'm super fucking grateful for being here, man.
Yeah.
And it made me remember old me.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, dude, because you take it for granted. Like I have grown so much in the last year and a half, dude, and it's completely because of the sobriety thing. And I'm not, it's not just because I don't get high and I don't get drunk all the time or do drugs. It's because of the work I've done. That's the bigger part of it.
Yeah.
It's not like, am I healthier? Do I probably heal quicker because I'm not hungover? Yeah, sure. But it's more I fucking faced it, dude. I stripped it down and I sat with it. And it was terrible. There was like a month there where every morning I'd go in my backyard and I'd be like, just let me get high.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it anymore. And it's like, just fucking face it, man.
Yeah.
And then get on with your life. Because I fucking have moments now where I feel like I'm on ecstasy.
Yeah.
But it's a grounded ecstasy. Like I feel so happy and content and grateful to be alive. And I'm not on ecstasy. because
Yeah.
that was the closest I could get when I was younger, where it was like,
Yeah.
I've just took 4 hits of Molly. I'm pretty fucking happy.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I was at this. I was at the Gorge watching Odessa, and like dude, I wasn't on drugs. I was drugs. Like I was on mushrooms, Molly, coke. I took acid one day. I took acid. I realized I was reality. I was like, what if reality was on cocaine? It was fucking awesome. And it was fucking really awesome.
Okay.
It's a fair question.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm not trying to glorify any of that, but like
You're not.
that festival was before the thing that like I was breaking, but the thing that broke me, and I was maybe happy, maybe lying to myself, but I was happy enough to take drugs and have them make me even happier. And then there was a period of time last fall where like I was drinking and like I'd do coke every once in a while, and I was coping. But like even that, like cocaine is wonderful. And it really is designed to make your brain feel pure love. I don't get how they, like on TV shows, they do coke and do a drive-by. I'm like, I don't think you could do that. It swells your empathy. But even when I was doing that, I didn't feel good. Like I wasn't feeling good on it.
It's run its course.
It's run its course, but the artificial shit can't make you feel good if you're not good. And I haven't I've had a few drinks, I haven't done any coke. But like the coke towards the end was like bringing on way big feelings, and like, oh, do you want to be sad on cocaine? And but so I was like, no. So I've had the wisdom to not do that, but then alcohol, I'm like, oh, well, I can have a couple of drinks at the back bar at the comedy store, and then now I'm crying on your podcast, which I'm fucking grateful for. You talked about how much you grew in the last year. I'm like, dude, I think like I have so much work to do. I think I've grown this hour. Like this is fucking wild, man. You said to me, you should have said that off air. I will argue against that. I am a masochist, and that's part of the reason why I'm in this situation. So I'm not asking for any abuse, but I do appreciate your honesty. But like, is there anything that you're not saying to me?
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, you've said a lot, dude, and we're putting, because I feel your pain, man.
Yeah.
And I am sympathetic towards it.
Yeah.
But I also, I'm not a doctor, but I do feel like I have a lot of answers for you. And I think that the first one would be to not drink for a minute and work on yourself. Just because I just know where I was, where I got a lot of hits of darkness. And at one point I remember thinking, what the fuck did I do to deserve all this shit? And now looking back, it was a gift. Because if it didn't get that bad, I wouldn't have fucking got off my ass and broke it down. I've been running my whole fucking life, dude.
Yeah.
I've never had a day where I didn't figure out a way to run from something.
Yeah.
And then when it got to the point where I was like, I don't have anything that I care about anymore. They've all left me because of the way that I've reacted. Some of it is their fault. Some of it is my fault. But the blame has nothing to do with getting better. Like to get better and I just want to be happy. Like I want to wake up and be happy, but not happy because they're the other things. The only way I would be happy is if I won something. Like if I have a contract, fucking some deal, or everybody on social media goes, "You're the greatest, Jason." And then short-lived. Like these victories would not last more than an hour. Like I could get $1 million deal and it'd be like in an hour from now, you cut me off in the freeway, I'd be like, what the fuck, idiot? Because I'm dark. I'm dark inside, man.
Yeah.
I'm a terrified, bitter little man. And to strip it down, and it's like I said, it's not an overnight thing. The more I work on it, the more I have days where I'm so grateful every now and then when my brain will look back.
Yeah.
Because that's when it really hits me, where it's like, dude, you got out.
Yeah.
You are free.
You did it. Yeah.
It's not, that's the other thing. It's not like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is not promised. Some shit could happen.
Oh, yeah.
But right now, today, like the day I've had,
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day,
It's
man.
beautiful. Dude, this is beautiful.
It's a beautiful life.
This is really beautiful. By the way, like, you're somebody that I've, watched for years and like known you from, like two-dimensional video screen, and thought you were cool as fuck. Liked you. Then, I knew I was going on the Hawk vs. Wolf podcast. I was like, oh, this is rad as shit. I connected with Tony, and then like you were so fucking funny on stage. I posted a clip, and you're like, yeah, well, fuck me. This is just a relationship I have with Tony. I'm just kind of there. And I was like, God, I love this guy. But I didn't really connect with you that night. And then I came over here to do this. I didn't know what the fuck this would be. Had no idea it would be this. But I love things that are huge surprises. And like I'm gonna say this. You don't have to agree. But after this, I think we're friends.
Oh, yeah.
All three of us.
Yeah.
But like, holy fuck, this wasn't the friendship I thought we were gonna have.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
I saw you last night, dude.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, man, I'm going to be on your show tomorrow. I was like, I'm aware.
Yeah. I had a whiskey in my hand, and
I didn't even.
Oh yeah, I was we went out and it was fucking
Yeah, dude,
wow.
do it now.
Wow, dude.
You're on fire. Like the spot that you're in is my fantasy.
Yeah, it's
And for you to be
Yeah.
cloudy or in a dark place in the middle of this happening,
yeah,
it's not fair
yeah,
to you.
yeah, and
Like, get out, dude.
yeah,
And fucking go on the road and be like, fuck yeah, man, my life. Can you believe it?
yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
making joy around the country, the world, telling
yeah,
jokes with your brilliant brain. Like, let it go, dude. Have a good time.
yeah, man.
Fight that shit
Well,
off.
I've already been doing that, but I've been simultaneously also not working on shit and running. But it's it's
You'll do it, dude.
yeah, it's so funny. Like, and I'm not trying to avoid the pain through this, but like, I have so much fucking gratitude for this moment, and like, I even have gratitude for being 47 and like going through all this shit and like even just feeling this pain,
It's a blessing.
because it feels better. Honestly, this right now feels better than even a couple days ago when this was in here. I was hiding it. Didn't know how much steam was in the pot.
Yeah.
And whoa, dude.
I get it. It happens to me. Just the more you practice it, the more, like, when I tap into it now,
Yeah.
I let it go.
Yeah.
You know, like the sun can, like I went to the dentist the other day and they're about to pull a tooth and a crow landed on a pole out through the window, and the crow made me feel like my friend Dingo was there, and
Yeah.
it cut me up, and I was like, let it happen. And it's like, well, the dentist assistant's going to see that you're teary-eyed. And I'm like, I give a fuck. You know, like, I miss my friend. And I hope he is in the crow and he sees that I care. Is that rational? Like, I don't care. I just know that if I have a feeling like that, I don't run from it. You know, I just sit with it and then move. And then, you know, later on that day, I feel better because I didn't hide it. I didn't bottle it. It's just unhealthy. That's these things that I get into with social media with these tough guys that look like me, ironically,
Yeah.
saying be a man, and, you know what I mean, like, you don't cry unless it's like an emergency. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, most of you, I'll break in 2 seconds, like, and I'll
Yeah.
cry. Like,
Yeah.
if you're sad, if you got some shit happening in your life and you're a big man or a little, I don't give a shit what size you are, let it out. Feel it. Like, you know what a real man is, or a real woman? Someone who feels their emotions
Mm-hmm.
and rides them. Like, understand that something bad or good has happened to you, and whatever emotion comes out, let it come out.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when a baby cries. You ever like strangle a baby? Say, shut up. You know? No.
They hate that.
Let the baby cry. We're all babies. Let it out.
Dude, by the way, that dental hygienist, like, you know, any watch you could have, or any, like, you know, false value you could have, or any like grandstanding or impressiveness that you have, like, she could be like, yeah, I like that, or I don't. You know, that like men do to try to get a woman in bed. Dude, if you fucking cried in that chair, she would suck your dick later that day. Like, if the thing you don't want to do, she'd be like, oh my God, finally a man that can do that. And
It's funny because all the girls there, they all like me.
of course they do.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't think it was because I was crying while I was
yeah.
in the dental chair, but Either way, I don't care. Like, really. I'm not saying this because I'm on a podcast. I don't care. Like, if you don't like me, that's the other thing. The more that I've come to terms with all this stuff, people that don't like me for I'm a comedian. Fuck, you ain't funny. You're hilarious. I appreciate either one of you, but I really don't care because I know what I am and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I got good intentions. I'm a good man. You can count on me.
Yeah.
And I know that when I look in the mirror, I know that because I've done the work.
Yeah.
And now you can't take anything from me anymore.
Yeah.
Your shit, yip nap, doesn't mean shit to me anymore because I've faced it.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be a time there where you could get under my skin because I'm like, oh. And I'm not saying this is like, I've been cured. Like, do I have bad days? Will I be tired and cranky and someone be like, hey, man, you fucking suck? I'd be like, hey, man, fuck you. Yeah, man, I'm still a human.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I'm grounded, which is a lot more than it ever was in my entire life, nobody gets to me anymore. I'm too busy enjoying the day.
Yeah.
You know, having a good time with people, kind-hearted people like you, dude. That's the other thing. Because I'm sober, I see you, dude.
Yeah.
You're a good guy, you know?
Thank you, man.
Like,
He's
his
a good
fucking
guy.
asshole is my co-host, a fucking good dude.
He's a good
And
dude.
he's always been with me, and he's been through all the shit that
Yeah.
I'm a nightmare to be around for the last 20 years. I have been, and I know it. And he's still here,
Yeah.
and I'm super grateful for shit like that. And old me would never, for 1 second, appreciate that. Now I say it to myself several times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very fortunate.
Wow. I just had a thought, and I'm gonna say it. I don't know if it's right or wrong or whatever. I'm not gonna judge it, but so many people that care about me are gonna see this podcast, and they're all
No, they won't. But anyway,
well, I don't know. I
Maybe
think
if you forward it to them.
I think they're gonna forward it to each other, and they're like, but I want to let you know, like, it's okay to reach out to me and go, oh shit, like Pete just was crying. It's like, I'm not okay, and like I'm so fucking lucky that I have some great fucking friends that like check in on me. I just want to say to anybody that's checking on me that, like, we are close or whatever. There's so many people I don't get back to because it's like I gotta do the work. I gotta whatever. But when my phone vibrates and it's 2:30 and I'm heading to a meeting and it's like, how are you? Or like, what do you need from me? I'm like, fucking, I can't do this right now, you know? So I don't know if I just want to say to anybody listening, not okay. I love you for trying to help. I think I have some good people that are going to help me.
Mm-hmm. I'm here.
Yeah. But I don't need you to constantly try to help me. And not you, but like if you're a fan of mine that's watching this at my meet and greet, that is not the time to try to help me.
No, you need a professional.
Yeah. And so
your close fans, no offense, you are fans. You don't know him. No matter how much podcasts or comedy that you hear, you don't really know him, and he sure as hell doesn't know you. And that's no slide on anybody's side. It's just he needs you can only your friends are like a small group. That's what real friends are.
Yeah.
When you have 100 friends, it's because you're full of shit.
Yeah.
That's just the reality of it all. So you got a couple people in your corner, and that's all you need, and you're working on it, and you're gonna be good, dude. You're fine. You're fucking fine.
Yeah.
I ain't sweating you at all.
Yeah. There's a core group of people that I've been, leaning on that I really trust their advice. And if I haven't been leaning on somebody, I've gotten this a lot. I'll just go to visit a town. One of my friends is there. One of those friends where you can pick right back up. We are really close friends, but they're like, why haven't you been calling me about this? Why haven't you been whatever? And I'm like, and it makes it feel like they're less of a friend, or they feel like less of a friend that I'm not leaning on them. But I'm like, there's only so much like work you can do in a day. And there's like, last night I went out to dinner with a group of people that's really been helping me. And like it's fucking wild. Like one of my friends, there's two of my best friends, and it was crazy. This is like a humble brag or whatever, but one of my best friends is Justin from Tool, Justin Chancellor. And we met during jury duty, and like I love Tool, and then completely separately, I love this man so much. Like his wife jokes around. She's like, you guys are like you're like friends in another life or something like that. But like it was so funny because I'd be like backstage at a thing, and then his name would come up on my phone, and like one of my opening acts, he's like,
what the fuck? He's like, you're going to ignore Justin's call? And I was like, yeah, he wants to know how I am. And by the way, Justin's one of those people that's really been there for me, helping me work it out. But like, yeah, there's even moments where the people that are helping me out, I'm like, I can't do this right now.
Wow.
But like, it's been kind of wild that like, there's this person in my life that like, he makes music that fucking heals me.
Yeah.
And like, dude, I'll like wake up, I'll listen to Tool, and like almost fucking every day I listen to it. And then separately, I have this friend that like just completely separate from that is just the best fucking guy. It's weird. Like life is cool
It's
and
not
weird. And but yeah,
It's normal.
yeah.
Do the same for others, dude.
So everybody that's gonna be there for me, fucking thank you. Sorry that I'm not gonna want it sometimes, but
So good, dude. You got to take care of yourself.
yeah,
You're fine.
yeah,
You got tons of people. Now you got extra people from today.
yeah. Cool ass people.
If people want to see you cry, where do they go to get a ticket?
Yeah. By the way, I just please one of the YouTube comments. I just want it to be didn't laugh once.
I don't.
That would make my fucking day.
Tell jokes funny, man.
Didn't laugh once. But if you want to go see me be funny, you can go to peatlee.net. You can go to peatlee.net, and then you can go to Instagram, Peatlee, TikTok, Peatlee. Please follow me. That's like the metric now,
Yeah.
you know? And, but yeah.
Yeah, if you have 1 million followers, you're cool. You get paid.
Yeah, you get paid, and like, I don't know, like, I don't, like I'm on year 27 of this, and life is a little bit weird. Number one, because I've been open about all this stuff, and then that Tonight Show thing got 50 million views. And so now strangers are coming up to me for the first time. And then my social media is at a point where people come up. And David Letterman said that being famous makes the whole world a small town.
Mm.
And I really do love people. And I've been called a phony so fucking much, which again, self-reflection.
Yeah.
Like you just said, Pete, you don't know Pete. Apparently I don't either. So maybe I'm a phony. I don't fucking know. But I'm a pretty happy, kind guy. But wait, I lost my train of thought. Where I was going with that.
It's a small world.
Oh yeah, it's a
Being
small world,
famous.
but
Social media following, follow me.
oh, follow me, Peatlee. Please follow me. But the weirdest thing is that I'm going through the hardest time of my life, and I've never had more people come up to me. And
Yeah, because people relate.
yeah,
That's the thing that I know from when I did
Yeah.
the radio show. My little brother died right when I started doing the show, and my boss was like, you should take time off. And I was like, I won't know what to do.
yeah.
So I'll just be on. And I talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And all these people reached out to me that had been through similar stuff, which they've bonded with me because I was being open about it. And I felt like I wasn't so alone because people told me stories that were worse than mine. And I was like, you think you're just all alone in this shit? Like, a lot of us out there are hurting and are terrified. And it takes a real person to admit it. And then you'll see all these other people come to you and go, yeah, me too, man.
Yeah.
And then you realize that this is life. Life is full of like
Yeah.
terrible things. But if you keep going, there's days where you're so grateful to have a close friend or somebody that just is in your corner. You realize how much those people mean to you in dark times. I hate dark times, man, but the fact of the matter is they're good for you.
Yeah, man.
They're gifts. If you look at it the right way, they're gifts.
Yeah. And I don't know, like at least one person watching this, like probably thinks I'm cool. And like if I was just a bleeding heart and they're ashamed of crying or afraid of their shit, then they can go, all right,
Nope.
maybe it's not so bad. But yeah, it's and it's weird, like the social media number separately. I want that number to grow because I want more people in my shows. And like, but it's weird, like it's weird that right now this is all happening because initially when I got into comedy, I was like, I want to be famous. And like, imagine wanting to be something that you don't even know what that is.
That's what I wanted with radio.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, and so I wanted to be that. And then like all my friends got famous around me. And I was like, I don't know if I was bitter or like, it whatever it did, it made me go, all right, well, what if I just love comedy? like let's just focus on how much I love that. And like I really did give up on the idea of fame. And like I gave up on it, and I also saw that a lot of my friends are miserable and they can't go places and whatever. And
It
so
didn't make them happy.
it didn't make them happy.
It didn't fill the hole.
Yeah, it's another form of running.
Yeah.
Learning.
Yep.
But the weirdest thing is that like I gave up on it, and then like the way I generally live my life, like I don't have I had a dog in that last situation. Fucking love that dog. Best fucking dude. Don't have him anymore. But I was in a pet store, and like the way that I like live my life, like I'm just like I forget that I do this almost completely most of the day. And like there are times when it comes up and I'm like, oh yeah. But I was in this pet store and this dude came over to me, and then he just started quoting one of my bits to me, and my brain was like, fucking odd behavior. And then I went, oh fuck, no, he's being nice to me. And oh shit, I forgot I do this weird thing. And I forget that I invited this because I put it all out there. And it's
Isn't it great?
it's really great.
It's amazing.
And it's a blessing that like,
Do you know how stoked he was after you left?
dude, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I see Tony do that all the time.
Yeah.
Where somebody goes, holy shit. And then I watch them leave
Yeah.
with this crazy smile on their face.
Yeah.
Because they can't wait to tell other people that they met Tony Hawk.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird.
You're
Like,
doing the same thing.
dude, and Tony's been so nice to me lately. Like after the thing, we got each other's numbers, and then I had a show in San Diego, and Cindy was there, and Cindy used to skate, and like it was funny because I go, hey, I don't know how you react to these things, if it's gonna weird you the fuck out to know it ahead of time or not. But I was like, Tony Hawk's coming to the show, and she's like, she goes, no, she's like not somebody that would wig her out. She's like, that's fucking exciting.
Yeah.
And then we went to this restaurant to eat, and then he's at a table, and I'm like, we gotta go say hi to him. And the waiters were like protecting him. They're like, don't go talk to him.
Yeah.
And I go, no, he's coming to my show, and I go, can you give me 4 seconds, just see how he reacts to me? And Tony like lit up, and then he was so warm and kind to Cindy. And she has a Bones Brigade tattoo, but with baguettes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's really cool.
She's hardcore.
Dude, oh my god, dude, she's
She has a Bones Brigade tattoo.
yeah, with baguettes because she got it in Paris.
So gangster.
But Tony was just like he just like lit her up, and you know she is the same to people. And I was like standing there going, man, I love the shit out of this woman. And then like I don't know Tony Hawk, but I love him, you know. Yeah. But I was like, I can't believe that Tony Hawk is like lighting up this lady that I love. It was so cool. And then Tony and I, we like text about whiskey and whatnot because like he's got this whiskey collection.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. And but it was like, I'm like, holy fuck, that guy he's the greatest.
He is.
And my brother, so my brother Rob, one of my favorite things is like we get to do all these crazy experiences, right? That like on a monthly basis, there's at least one thing that we get to go to that's like a Make-A-Wish, but we're not sick. Right? Yeah. And so like I've taken my brother to a few things, or like just taking him to be like, hey, this is my friend, and he's somebody that you fucking love. And like let's go hang out with him. And it blows my brother's fucking like mind. And I was at his house, and I FaceTimed with Justin Chancellor and him. My brother plays bass. He's like not the best at it. So what he does is he refurbishes basses, and he like makes basses.
Yeah.
And so Justin was asking him questions about how he makes basses. And my brother's like, we got off the phone, and he's like, what the fuck? Oh my God. And I'm like, I love doing that shit. I just love people peeking into that experience and going, whoa, I got to connect with somebody that I love, that I respect their art, and then they were nice to me. Holy shit.
You do the same thing, dude.
Yeah. I do. Yeah, I do. I always, whenever somebody comes up, Cindy was kind of making fun of me, but she goes, you do the kindest thing. She goes, you never want somebody to have to ask you to take a picture, because there's a, hey man, can I take a picture? There's like a risk. And when I say it to other people, I'm like, and so before they can even get it out of their mouth, I'm like, hey, you want to grab a picture?
Yep.
And so I was like, it's like we had this conversation. I'm like, wait, I think I think I can wait one beat. Like I'm like barely meeting them, and I'm like, "You want to take a picture?"
Yeah.
But yeah, wild,
Wild.
fucking wild, dude. Thank you,
Thanks for coming on the show, dude.
thank you.
If anyone wants to see more Jason Ellis show, patreon.com/Ellis, mate. Tour dates, thejasonellis.com, Miami, Chicago, Nashville, and Canada. Don't die. Remember being